Hi, I'm Josh Freeman. I am an attorney at Freeman Level, and we are a law firm who help entrepreneurs with their businesses to navigate the legal issues, potential pitfalls, and other problems and difficulties that come up through, the process of turning your idea into a scalable and sellable business. And so we've created this program from idea to exit to help our clients and help other business owners understand how to navigate this. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about authorized but unissued shares and units on your cap table. And so so one of the things when you're planning your business is it's always good to have more shares authorized and approved than you're going to initially use, so that down the road, if things change, if you have employees that you want to be able to grant some units to, if you want to have some units set aside to sell to to an investor or a strategic partner, you have them there. You don't have to go back, refile with states. You don't have to approve additional authorized shares, amend your cap tables, all of those kinds of things that go into it. And so, so what we, like to do with the businesses that we represent, what we advise with a lot of them is to set up, when they're setting up their cap table, to set up this kind of pool of shares that are called authorized but unissued. And basically what that means is those are just shares that the company has on its books to be able to give to anybody else. They're not shares that you pay the company dividends or distributions for. It's just essentially kind of like a savings account of shares that the company can use to give to other employees under an equity incentive plan for future investors, or just to be able to keep things flexible in the future. I've had clients where things have changed with, key employees that they gave too many shares to, and then we're able to use some of these authorized and unissued shares through stock options or warrants or profits interest grants to be able to maintain the ownership percentages and kind of move things forward that way. So there's a lot of uses for them and a lot of flexibility that come with having them. And when we're talking through how many authorized but unissued, shares or units should be put on a cap table, it kind of depends. If you're just worried about having some to give to employees and key employees and, other people like that down the road, a lot of times you see the number, being somewhere between 10 to 20% of the total number of shares. So on this cap table, you'll see, some terminology here. You'll see the undiluted percentage interest and the fully diluted percentage interest. So the undiluted percentage interest means, the percentages of actual owners of shares that are going to be paid dividends or, liquidation proceeds if a company sells or, those kinds of things. And these are the percentages that dividends get paid out at and everything like that works. This is like the actual then current percentage interest. And then the fully diluted means, so if we have these extra 5 million shares on the cap table, these 3 million shares, while today are worth 60%, if you were to grant or sell all of these 5 million, could go down to 30%, and these could go down to 10%. So understanding, what your current percentage is and what you can dilute to are important things to understand. And so, so the idea here is on this fully diluted column, if you're just dealing with kind of employee equity incentive, that sort of a thing, 10 to 20% is a lot of times what we see. And if you're, raising money with a venture capital firm or other things like that, they're typically going to want to set that in stone and have those added in before they invest, so that their equity investment isn't diluted further beyond those pools. So there's some things there. If you're just brand new, starting out, not really sure where you're going, you want to maintain a lot of control and a lot of flexibility, increasing this number to a 50% or something like that can make a lot of sense, sometimes even higher. And then, in the future, you can use that to sell to other people, to grant to, key partners, employees, other people that come in, co-founders, if you're starting it out and you're like, hey, we need to get this thing going, but we're going to need to get a technology co-founder or a marketing co-founder or executive and bring them in. And we want to set aside a big chunk where they can essentially own 10% of the business or something like that. Then this is a great way to do it. But this is just a good thing to kind of think ahead, be thinking about the future and where that can potentially lead your business and what you're doing that way. But yeah, so if you have any other follow-up questions or other things, you can reach out to me at josh@freemanlovell.com. Track us down on our website in any number of ways. But thank you for taking the time to listen to this. Hope it's been informative and helpful for you, and good luck.